Good morning, everyone. Scott Mineta back for day 3 of talking about parental alienation and, obviously the cause, the damages, who it affects, who the players are, and trying to raise awareness to parental alienation because the children need it. They deserve it, and reform needs to happen. And there's a lot. It really is a lot to unpack when it comes to parental alienation. It's quite compelling, and I can't take a strong stand. I mean, I've been personally affected by it, and it's devastating. My words can't even express how you feel, how a father feels, how the children must feel. It's, in my opinion, it's a hidden epidemic right now. It literally devastates children's mental health, not just during the process, but for years to come, right through their adulthood. I want to talk about something that is affecting millions of families around the world. I mean, millions. And it rarely gets the attention that it deserves. Parental alienation. If you think this is just a family dispute, a divorce dispute, think again. This is a form of emotional abuse that's tearing families apart, especially dads. Most of the time it's dads, and it leaves lasting scars on our children and the fathers. Parental alienation occurs when one parent manipulates a child to reject the other parent. This is done through lies, fear, threats, emotional control. It's not just about keeping the parent out of a child's life. It's about poisoning that child's mind. They poison the child's mind against someone that they love. And the damage it causes is profound. It's profound. I mean, let's think about some statistics, some divorce numbers. Studies estimate that 22 million parents in the United States are being alienated. They're being alienated from their own children. In divorce cases, that's upwards of 15-20%. Includes some form of parental alienation. That's millions of kids caught in the middle of a psychological tug of war that they never asked to be a part of. There's no need, no reason for it. Here's what's even more alarming. Children who experience parental alienation, they're at a significantly higher risk of developing serious mental problems, mental health issues. We're talking about depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, trust issues, substance abuse. The list goes on and on. This isn't just a family problem. This is a public health crisis for our children. Our children that will grow up to be adults. I want to talk a little bit about how it affects the children. So imagine being a child who's constantly told that one parent maybe doesn't love them, that they're dangerous, that they're unworthy. Imagine feeling forced to take sides in a battle as a child you never signed up for. This isn't what you want. This is what alienated children go through. And it warps their sense of reality, as you could imagine. The psychological impact is severe. These children, they often grow up with deep emotional scars, confusion, anger, unresolved trauma. They struggle to form healthy relationships with anyone. They question their own worth. They carry these scars into adulthood. It doesn't just go away. let's unpack the role of the alienating parent, the tactics that they use. It's insidious. The tactics are insidious. They badmouth the other parent. They limit contact or cut contact off altogether. They create an environment of fear and mistrust. And who are the targets typically? The dads, the fathers, time and time again. We see dads being erased from their children's lives simply because it's easier for the alienating parent to weaponize the system against us. It's horrible. It's heartbreaking. And the sad reality is, sometimes the guardians and the courts who are supposed to protect these kids end up enabling the alienation. Why? Sometimes it's unintentional, but sometimes it's due to bias or a lack of proper training. They just don't even think parental alienation is real. The impact on the dads is devastating, absolutely devastating. Imagine losing the bond that you worked so hard to build with your child all your life. Not because of something you did, but because of lies, manipulation. Society often views fathers as less important in the parenting equation. This is a fact. And that bias makes it almost impossible, makes it so hard for dads to fight back against the alienation. And this is why I'm doing these videos. This is a call for awareness and reform. The father-child relationship is crucial. It provides emotional support, guidance, and stability. They need their dads in their lives. Alienating a father doesn't just hurt him, doesn't just hurt the child. It robs the child of all those things that a loving dad provides. Every single one of them. The need for awareness and action is now. It needs to happen. What can we do? First, we need to recognize that parental alienation is a serious issue. It's real. We need attention. We need to demand attention from judges, from guardians, professionals involved in these cases, lawyers. They need proper training to identify and prevent this alienation. It's devastating, and they need to recognize it. We need policy changes that focus on protecting the rights of children to have healthy relationships with not one parent, but with both. I mean, you would think this is pretty obvious, right? We need support systems in place for fathers, for mothers sometimes if they're being alienated against. But most of the time it's fathers who are fighting this battle. It's just statistically proven. Most of the time it's dads. If you're watching this video and you've been affected by parental alienation, just know that you're not alone. There's millions of people. There's millions of dads out there. This is not just your fight. This is a fight for every child's right to have a relationship with both of their parents. It's time to speak up. It's time to speak up. Share your story and demand change. You know, it doesn't just erase a parent from a child's life. It erases a part of that child's identity, who they are. Let's bring this hidden epidemic to light and stand up for the rights of our children. It's not too much to ask. The rights of our children, and for every dad who's been unjustly pushed aside and removed from their child's life. Thanks for watching. Let's keep pushing for awareness, support, and reform, because I don't need to tell you this. Every child deserves the love of both parents. Thanks for listening.